Hello, welcome back to Dragon Quest IV, Chapter of the Chosen. Last time we did our post-game pre-dungeon prep. And the only reason that was a separate video is because I didn't want this video to be 2 hours long.
Uh-huh.
This week we're taking on the Fungeon. The Fungeon is a recurring name for a dungeon in Dragon Quest. Any post-game bonus dungeon is typically called the Fungeon.
Alright. So we're here for a good time.
I think it was first. It was either first introduced in 5 or 6, one of the Super Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 backported it.
I like how Elaine is excited and Maya just looked at the runtime. Is like, it's one of these.
Anyways, despite us jumping down a hole, there's a ladder right there, so we can climb back out if we want to.
We could have climbed down. Guys, the ladder doesn't cease to be. You just had to look a little harder.
So, like all bonus dungeon, all good bonus dungeons, it's primarily made of reused assets.
Mm-hmm.
Which I genuinely do think is fine. It all depends on how they're reused. This is a relatively simple way to go about it, where, as you'll see, they just throw everything to make it feel weird and disorienting. Anyways, Dragwars.
Yeah, I was going to say, also all bad dungeons do, bonus dungeons do that too. Which, I should say Final Fantasy V for that, but my first thought was Final Fantasy I, but actually, the weird bonus dungeons in that one did have a lot of unique resources that look kinda cool. It's just the game then decided, hey, what if you had to play like every single one of these at least 2 times, if not more? Except for like the last one. Which is the longest one anyway.
Now I'm just trying to think if there are any bonus dungeons that don't reuse assets. Like, you have to be smart with your budget. You don't want to spend too much time and money on something that a lot of players probably won't even see. Most people saw the credits, they put the game down. They're playing Dragon Quest V right now.
Yeah, my first thought is Etrian Odyssey, just in general, typically has like a final dungeon, and then kind of another dungeon after that that's sort of a bonus dungeon, but is also usually a pretty significant portion of the game.
Also, I want to draw attention to something that Demon Thunder did. It attacked us with lightning, but the lightning was different color from what Zap is. It was silver as opposed to our yellow lightning.
Okay, so it's
that's
evil
a consistent
lightning.
thing across the series.
Mm-hmm.
Not evil, just lesser.
Okay. They can't use our lightning is the point.
Yeah, in one Dragon Quest game, they reused the original hero design for a different party member because they thought that the hero design looked too sneaky and untrustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a sword that lets him use that kind of lightning attack.
Alright.
So I like that he has like a fake zap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there goes that guy.
Yeah, we're pretty well equipped. This is not a dungeon that's trying to overwhelm you with incredibly powerful enemies. It is trying to slowly grind you down. Oh no, new level of Mimic.
Uh-oh, it's releasing all the evils into the world.
It can go twice. That means 2 castings of whack.
Okay, it can go twice and also has enough MP for 2 whacks, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Also
Nope.
can do that.
Well, goodbye. That's also kind of an instant death. Jeez. Okay, now it's out of MP.
Finally out. I genuinely thought it just had like 999 MP. We finally got Maya back up, and god damn it. I am banking on being able to take this guy down.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Oh, right. Now it has more MP.
And now I cast Whack again.
So do you know how much Whack costs? I don't.
Also, this guy's got so much HP, I feel like- there we go. I feel like every other Mimic is at least fragile to make up for the fact that it can just come in swinging and kill you immediately.
Yeah. I feel like in most game, Mimics can be worth it to fight. In Dragon Quest, Mimics are never worth it to fight. They have too much HP and can do too much damage, and they don't give you good experience or gold, and they don't give you an item.
Yeah.
I forgot to heal up after that fight. Maya, end this fight quickly so I can heal everyone up. Oh no, wait, that was my move. Elena can use the Sage's Stone to heal everyone for free, so that Mina doesn't have to dip into her MP, which is already pretty low because she would not stop casting Zing.
Well, her sister died.
Yeah, fair enough. So, something I wanted to bring up. I mentioned that some parts of this post-game were intended back on the NES, but they weren't able to... It was either a memory issue or a dev time issue, and I forget which. I want to say it was memory, but I might be wrong. I don't know if the Fungin would have been included. But there are things in the post game that were supposed to be in the original game they couldn't fit in. I have pretty heavily hinted at what we're going to do.
Yeah, I can make a guess. Considering we were talking about Yggdrasil flowers bring back people more so than Zing, there aren't a lot of perma-dead characters in this game.
Right, and that plot point upsets some people because anytime you undo death, it's going to make people mad.
You see, you've removed all of the stakes from the story now. That's how it works. If people can be brought back, there's just nothing ever again.
Yeah. What do you mean our method of bringing people back can still be destroyed? This is about Dragon Ball, anyways.
Yes, mine was also about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, we just started talking about Dragon Ball instead. A Periwinkle.
You know, I didn't even read that pun coming in.
Do you even know that kind of snail was called a periwinkle? I didn't. I just know it's a purplish gray.
Also, I don't even know if we've seen those snail enemies. I guess we could have always missed them. But I don't remember that design from earlier on.
Well, I think the Jaguars were a new design. The thing is, if there are new designs in this dungeon, they probably come from a different Dragon Quest game that was also on the DS.
That was what I guessed. It's kind of a nice way to fit in monsters that didn't get in otherwise.
Yeah. So I guess, since this is a fairly long dungeon, I wanted to check in with you. When the devs say that they intended for the plot point of resurrecting Rose, or maybe even just saving Rose, to be in the original game, do you believe them?
Yeah, I can believe that.
Do you think that was always the plan? Okay. I don't like to rely on in-media evidence. I prefer to rely on interviews.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Dragon Ball, every arc of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z feels like it's going to be the final arc. When I was growing up, it was Toriyama wanted to end it at Frieza, but had to keep going. And I think nowadays people say they wanted to end it at Cell, but had to keep going. Neither of those is true.
Yeah.
The only time he ever planned on ending it was, I think it was the end of the Pilaf arc?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe one of the martial arts tournaments in original Dragon Ball. But people will just say, like, oh yeah, you could totally tell he was going to wrap things up. Like, no, you can't. Because you're wrong. He wasn't going to. You don't like the Boo arc, and you decided Toriyama can't like the Boo arc either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always have to, pay attention to dev interviews. They're very good, they're interesting, and they're very useful for understanding the building of games. And also make sure you're definitely reading dev commentary for sure, and not just repeating things that have been on the internet. Like, yeah, we've all been there. We all were at the point where we thought it was called Final Fantasy because it, that was going to be their last game until it struck it big. We all believed that for a time. There's no shame in it.
I love that being debunked because he had no fucking idea. I can't remember his name, but he was like, what are you talking about? No? I wanted to call it Fighting Fantasy. But I bring up in-media evidence because in addition to the dev interviews, which I think are stronger, what happens after or just before the credits of the main game? We get our girlfriend back, who is dead.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense that the original plan was for both killed women to be revived.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the Yggdrasil flower thing was always the intended, method of it. Because that means that we are consciously reviving Rose instead of reviving Eliza.
Yeah.
So very
much Yggdrasil already existed in the base game, and it already has some amount of resurrection attached to it. So it's really not that big a leap to say, okay, no, there's an even stronger thing on it.
Mm-hmm. Also, I should mention, I'm pretty sure I switched the battle speed so it goes faster now.
Mm-hmm.
If you've noticed that the fights are faster, you're not losing your mind.
Okay, yeah, good. I did notice that. But yeah, in-game stuff is always a risk of, death of the author kind of thing, which, is not necessarily an illegitimate read. You can kind of look at the way things are constructed and say, okay, maybe things were intended here, like this. But, you just have to be prepared for sometimes you are wrong.
Copiers.
All right,
sorry,
everybody,
I'm
butts
so sorry
out.
For talking over you. I'm so sorry, but I had to point out the Floto copiers.
Yep, all right.
All right, and now I get to see, copier. Oh, well, that's one sprite we're not going to get to see. That's two sprites we're not going to get to see.
I'm going to assume they're all positioned in order of your party order.
Probably.
Because Elena was underneath Elena, Maya was underneath Maya. Don't know the other two, though.
Well, no, because I have Maya on the end, and that was Mina. Because she was fully dressed. She had the flowing dress instead of the dancer's outfit.
Okay.
She was holding the crystal ball, because she's the fortune teller. Can you not tell the Bahabula sisters apart?
Not particularly, no.
I hope I'm right.
I mean,
I hope it was Mina, and I'm not going to be put on blast.
I mean, there probably was a crystal ball, I think. That sounds like it's correct. Alright, so there's a nightshade. Is it deadly, though?
Yeah, we're just fighting a tomato. Don't worry about it. So I wanted to mention my favorite example of people misapplying Death of the Author, because Death of the Author applies to media interpretation. It does not apply to behind-the-scenes stuff or authorial intent.
Mm-hmm.
If you're arguing that this is what the author intended, you have to listen to what the author says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of an important lesson in English, is just understanding the two schools of, are you paying attention to authorial intent, or are you just looking at the text and extrapolating from that? And it's like, I never understood getting too deeply into one camp. I think both are important. But yes, they're different and distinct.
Unfortunately, my favorite example comes from Homestuck. And it involves the most Homestuck character in Homestuck. So there's a character called Vriska you might be aware of.
I'm familiar with the name, at least.
She was deliberately written in a way that, at the time, people would have called her a Mary Sue. I don't really like that term. But she was introduced in the story fairly late and was fairly important the second she was introduced. So people were like, okay, what the hell is Hussey doing? He should know better than this. And one theory was that Vriska was just the sort of girl that Andrew Hussey would want to fuck. They were like, maybe, more... Maybe they weren't more delicate about it because they were Homestuck fans.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea was like, okay, Vriska is just Andrew's type, and that's why she's in the story. And Andrew said, no, that's not why I write Vriska like that. I think she's a character that works best for the story. And more than one person said, oh, well, what you say doesn't matter because of Death of the Author.
That's not how that works.
Now, because Homestuck is the way that it is, Andrew Hussey is a character in the story, and he dies. When he dies, he suddenly has a thing for Vriska. Because it's the death of the author.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
It's funny in a... I would say low random, but, like... It's very goofy if you don't know what's up, and if you do know what's up, it's... very good.
Mm-hmm. Good meta joke.
Well. Let's go in this house. Oh, this house
nice.
is bigger than it is. Yeah, wait, hold on. The house is us. The door is us sized, and the furniture is this sized.
Okay, this kind of rolls. Okay, house in a house.
Yeah, this is what I like with bonus dungeons. Okay, this guy's giving us good advice. Is there's something in this well? I guess that's helpful.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything in this house?
Alright, get up on the bed.
So sad that we don't get an image of us just lying on that giant bed.
I hope
news,
someone's
there's
done a
only
fan
one
art of
bed.
that.
Bad news, this is the bed.
Yeah, only one bed, but like it's the size of several. They can all sleep apart.
Alright. Here we have a maze. Is this progress? God damn it.
Oh no. What if we didn't?
I think Tornico can check for mimics. In later games, the hero tends to learn a spell called Peek, which lets them look at the contents of a chest before you open it.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you can check to see if something is a mimic or not. Ask me if I ever used that. I'm not gonna sit here and check every single fucking chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot easier in Dark Souls where there's, you know, a visual tell outside of the chest itself that you have to look for. And also the fact that the result of falling for a mimic is so much more terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking of Romancing Saga 2, and to a lesser extent the remake Revenge of the Seven, where there are like stupidly powerful mimics that don't give you the most benefit for fighting them. You can like get glimmer techniques off of them, but nothing super worth it, and they're only in the first dungeon of the game.
Oh, that's so rude.
So the game trains you to save before every single chest, because they will fucking kill you, and this is before your party getting wiped out is like built into the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if that happens, you're SOL, and you just have to load your save.
Yep.
So it trains you to do that, and then the rest of the game, you're never going to see another mimic again.
God, that's so rude.
That's Saga, baby.
Sometimes first dungeon treasure chests are just bastards. Like, Final Fantasy XII is the one where it's like, you shouldn't open the chests at the beginning of the game because if you do, you get crappy stuff, and if you wait, it becomes really good stuff or something like that, right? Oh, yep, and there's Elena on the side. And yeah, okay, that's Maya. I guess I'm just used to censored Maya, because, like, I don't really have a mind's eye, but I more or less picture them with the same outfit.
She's not that... She has never had the same outfit as Mina.
I just give Maya more clothes in my head, I guess.
Her quote-unquote censored outfit is just like a pair of black shorts that don't go past her, like, thighs. Don't go past the top of her thighs. It's barely censorship, if you want to call it that. And I've just decided that chest isn't important, I guess. Thankfully, we get more than 40 coins after every fight, so we do not have to worry about abusing the sin.
Mm-hmm. Now, if only there was a priest. Is that book up there the good book? Can I just, like, use that to save real quick?
Mm-hmm. I like the idea that it's not called the Bible in Dragon Quest, it's just called the good book. Oh wait, here's how I get this chest.
Honestly, yeah, that does seem like a thing Dragon Quest would do, is just call it the good book or something like that. The pretty nice book.
Okay, I should mention, so the subtitle for Dragon Quest V is Hand of the Heavenly Bride. It's super well known that you get to get married in that game.
Mm-hmm.
In that game, your marriage, because I'm not doing a Let's Play of it, your marriage vows are not till death do us part. It's for as long as we both are resurrected from the church do we stay together.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Death doesn't necessarily do you apart.
Yeah.
We live on the church's whims.
We've talked about this before. Every franchise does it differently for like when you're taken out of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Quest has it very clearly defined. When you fall in battle, you do die, but as long as your body is put together enough, you can be resurrected. I also think that maybe disease can kill you permanently, but I guess a disease could potentially like waste away your body to the point where they can't resurrect it. I don't know.
I guess that makes sense, yeah, something a bit longer lasting than just, oh, you got poisoned.
Yeah.
All the church has got to do to fix that is just, you know, unfuck the body. just remove poison. Liver too. Hi?
Damn. Look at these guys.
You roll up to the
This
club
is
and
like-
then you see these two.
These are the henchmen in the cartoon. This is Scratch and Grounder.
Yeah, these are the two the guys from the Dragon Quest anime that never happened that would have just been, you know, episodic in the way a lot of shows were. You know the type.
Dragon Quest did get an anime in, I want to say, the 90s.
It probably wasn't Adventures of Dragon Quest, though. It probably wasn't just a weekly, we're just doing kids show shenanigans.
I can't remember too much about it. I don't remember if it was a TV show or an OVA. There was The Adventures of Dai, which was a TV show relatively recently.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not an adaptation of any Dragon Quest game, it's just a Dragon Quest anime.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. The only game to get an animated adaptation is Dragon Quest V, which makes sense, but it's a movie adaptation. And you
That's
can't fit all
interesting.
Dragon Quest V into a movie, especially not Dragon Quest V. And the way they handle it, I kinda like, but I feel like it's the sort of thing you should only do if a normal adaptation already exists.
Mm-hmm.
They're back.
We're standing on different sides this time. You're going down, punks. Our one
spoilers.
weakness eliminated.
Spoilers for the Dragon Quest V movie, if you're concerned about that. Also, it's a CG movie, so it's anime, but it doesn't look quite right.
Yeah.
The big twist of the movie that made everyone mad is that it's not an adaptation of Dragon Quest V exactly. It's about like the importance that Dragon Quest V played in Japanese pop culture, because it's actually a video game in the movie. The main character is playing the video game.
Well, okay then.
And there are like
certainly a decision.
discussions about it as a video game. I don't remember what the elevating shoes do.
Yeah, like my assumption, you said, hey, Dragon Quest V got an anime adaptation is just an OVA that sort of briefly goes through like all the major points of the game, right?
You would think that, but no, this was a theatrical movie. Also, you get 2 kids in that game, but they only put 1 in the movie, and it's the son. And your daughter is like the only major female character for like a huge chunk of the game, so whatever, I guess. That's my issue.
Decisions were made. Alright, well, Pride's over, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's 2 of the same guy, it's just not nearly as effective.
Yeah, it's not... They don't stand out the way that the other 2 did. I feel like part of what makes them stand out is that they look like they're from 2 different games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Decay Urion, like Centurion, but you replace Cent with Decay. Okay, that doesn't work as a pun name.
Okay, seeing them animate, I think I can sort of see what they're going for the face. They're zombies. Okay. I was looking at them and they're just their idle animation, and I'm like, is that like a Reagan Bass character? Oh wait, nope, they're that eyeball's hanging out. Which miser was that guy?
I'm Mr. Miasma. I'm Mr. Rat.
And
Okay,
this is too miscellaneous as a trio.
I can't get any character dynamics from this. You all look like you're the weird one from the group of Dragon Ball Z movie villains.
Which one? I use the weird one. Also, one of them was red, one was kind of... probably more green, but maybe kind of yellowish, but you're purple, so, like, I can't even get a Sonic Heroes thing out of you. God. No cohesion at all.
So I would say the Lucifer was far more green than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, red, green,
yeah,
purple,
I knew that was a bit of a...
that's chaotic.
bit of a stretch.
That's Chaotix colors.
Is that cursed?
Oh,
that looks like it might be cursed.
It doesn't have the watch out.
Yes, that's just
All
poisonous. It's to warn you of the poison on it. Okay.
So I know with animals the difference between poisonous and venomous. When it comes to weapons, does it really matter anymore? Like if you bite a knife that's been dipped in venom, you're also going to die.
Yeah, you consume it or get stabbed by it.
The fuck is a div?
That guy, I guess. Also, God, now I'm just thinking that one, I think, Tumblr post of just when something bites you, it's venomous. Shoot.
If you bite something and you die, it was poisonous. If something bites you and you die, it's venomous. It's just like, what if I bite something and it doesn't die? Well, then you aren't venomous. All I can really remember is the punchline. Like, what if we bite each other and neither of us die? Well, that's kinky.
I don't remember the lead-up, but I do remember that's voodoo.
God damn it! Right, I don't remember what that's referencing either.
When you bite something else and you get hurt.
Right, something like that. I've only ever seen that post when, like, the text posts are put next to characters from Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
like,
that's also my frame of reference.
They're all talking to each other. And I think it's Luna is, like, trying to moderate this event. This grand meeting of the minds.
Oh, hey, you're here.
Elena! Elena, put on your earrings. Fuck!
Well, goodbye.
Alright, well... God, the layout of this floor just looks like an asshole. Alright, you can't just encounter mimics on random encounters.
Wait, hold on. That's bullshit. Get out of here. Okay, good, you only had one in you. At least it's not Pandora's box.
I forget if mimics are first rank or second rank. I know the 3 ranks are Mimic, Canabox, and Pandora's box, but I forget what order they go in.
My assumption would be Mimic first, but I don't. God damn it. Well, nothing matters. It's a fucking Pandora's box again, I guess.
Yeah. I think what's throwing me is that the Canabox actually looks like the chest, like it has the color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, that is like, well, that's the standard Mimic, but no, the standard Mimic has a different color scheme and is pretty weak. Like, he could probably fuck you up if you were level enough, but it's not as much of a pain as these Pandora's boxes. And can you please poison this guy?
Okay, good. At least it's dead. We need like 3 more levels on every character. Please, for the love of God. Kill it faster. Also, I would not have assumed you could do that.
Yeah, I also forgot you could do that. I guess you just have to look at the way it's laid out and realize kind of weird they did that. I do like the animations on these guys. I like those kicks.
Mm-hmm.
They have
Yeah, they got a lot of good moves. Mm-hmm.
Bounce up, so mine is not the most useful.
Hmm. Well, not like you can change mid-fight.
I certainly wasn't going to bring Ragnar down here instead of Maya.
Yeah, you kind of need an even party composition.
For a dungeon this long, yeah. And we slowly walk. I don't remember if you can fall off here. I assume you can.
That does seem like something they do, yeah.
So, as you might have noticed, I have the Sage Stone on Elena and the Staff of Salvation on Nina, so I get free multi-heal and a free mid-heal. And the AI party members are very eager to use those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm glad that Mina does not prioritize her magic over her item, because that could generally prevent her from wasting MP that way. However, if a character does get KO'd, she will just use Zing over and over again. As we saw earlier. Okay, I forget exactly how this works, but this robe has special effects if you're wearing it and you get put to sleep or paralyzed. So that's it, you can only fall off at the pillars.
Of course. Yeah, my door makes you go to bed.
So, since we're just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, as we've established, I was gonna say you've never played a mainline Dragon Quest game. You've never played any Dragon Quest game, right?
You know, before this LP, I think I dabbled in Dragon Quest 1 on the Game Boy a while back, but never really commit to a playthrough. But yeah, I can't think of any others I'd even attempted.
Well, I may as well ask, because this game convinced you to give the Dragon Quest series a try?
So, I guess now's a good time to reveal this as any, that, I've actually been shadowing your progress. In part, because, thumbnails reasons. But also, you know, I kinda just wanted to play it, so... Yeah, a while after we started this LP, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play this myself, actually.
Alright, well, how much better are you doing at all the boss fights?
Decently, but also I did get a very lucky rare drop at one point. The rhinos can drop an axe. It's pretty high level, and I think that I just coasted on that on Sophia for pretty much most of the game.
I swear to God.
But
The
anyway,
LP
yes,
curse.
this LP has convinced me that Dragon Quest, pretty good.
I'm assuming you're using Elena a lot more.
Yes.
You know what? I'm assuming this setup that I have right here, this is your main party for most of the game.
Pretty much. Kirill's kind of has to be in there sometimes, especially once he gets multi-heal, but...
Yeah, it's really hard to go without Kabuff is the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was wondering, like, oh, do you use Tornico or Boria more? But no. You're using the hot ladies.
Definitely not Tornico. Boria's also one who does have some useful utilities. But, yeah.
I remembered in my first playthrough on Android. I'm sorry, I was caught off guard by how intimidating this was.
We are going to beat you to death.
I definitely used Boria more in the final fight on that playthrough than I did in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like something I forgot to do for this run against Sorrow was use Accelerator with Boria.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super necessary, but it is a little helpful to just go first. But every buff has a time limit, so there's only so many buffs you can have up at once. Especially if you have to swap characters out.
Yeah, Sorrow is kind of just a juggling thing. He does so much all the time.
Did you track down a totally legit DS copy, or did you play the Android version?
Totally legit DS copy.
Did you install the party chat hack?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I really can't imagine this game with less text.
Fucking insane decision. Oh god.
Hi?
So I recognize this guy. This guy is a boss from Dragon Quest VII.
Okay. Oh geez, that's kind of freaky.
I don't want to spoil anything Dragon Quest VII because I do genuinely like the storytelling in that game. I like storytelling in all of it, but like most Dragon Quests are very much like you can know what the plot beats are because the plot beats are all that really happen.
Yeah.
You're there for like the vibe, the characters, seeing some fun Toriyama creatures. 7 is the one that has like legitimately good storytelling, so I'd like you to experience 7 not in the way they intended, but like in situ, in context. Anyways, I forgot to mention, we have the wagon here.
Oh, hey, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
We can swap characters out. I guess I decided we hadn't seen enough of Tornico.
Okay, so now here's a recolor.
Why are there 2 Princes of Darkness? Anyway, speaking of Dragon Quest VII, how dare they re-release that game? We talked about it last week, didn't we?
I think so, yeah. Because that had
just
actually been announced that day. We only really touched upon it, though.
Yeah, I just need to get off my ass to play Dragon Quest VIII. At this point, Dragon Quest VII is the most recent Dragon Quest game I played, aside from this, which I only replayed for this Let's Play. It would have been over a year and a half ago. I finished it right when I started my current job. It was sort of the last video game I got to just sit down and like play all day for, you know, weeks at a time. Look, a piece of horse manure. So it stays in my head because of that. And I would like to give the remake a try because I do like the way that it looks. We already mentioned this company once this episode, but I saw somebody on Twitter compare it to Rankin Bass Animations. And like, that's cool. I would love to play a game that looks like a Rankin Bass stop motion.
A Croaked King.
It's just
but yeah.
that 7 is also the slog game. It's the I'm in Wandering Newbie server, and Crom had said about the 3DS remake of 7, like, yeah, they just need to cut out like another 20-30% of the game time and it'll be perfect. It's like, well, that's insane because they already cut out 30% of the game time.
Uh-huh.
Don't play the PlayStation version. I know the 3DS version is harder to find, but it's worth it. And I'm sure the remake will also be better than the PlayStation version.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it is insane to me that, like, Squaresoft got bought by Enix after the PlayStation era, because Squaresoft had them fucking dead to rights.
Uh-huh.
Just looking at the flagships, like, the best they could put out was 7, which I do like 7 a lot, but 7 was a pain in the ass to play. It, like, around that point where people were like, no, I'm not going to sit and put 200 hours into a game just because you told me to. I have to actually like the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the PlayStation Final Fantasy remakes were a bit spotty, but like,
Oh, yeah.
man, 7, 8, and 9 are games that people talk about, sometimes more positively than others.
It's okay. You can be a Final Fantasy 8 fan here. It's your goddamn channel.
Yeah, I understand that people don't like 8, but I also do like 8 a lot. I think all the PS1 specific Final Fantasies are very good.
And lots of people do like 8. Like, it's not like
It's
3
the
or
most
13.
divisive.
Yeah, most divisive is a good word for it.
Yeah, because I feel like there are plenty of people who dislike 7, but I feel like a lot of that's because of reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, there are people who dislike 9, but that's the one where I'm like, wait, really? Alright.
Yeah.
Fair, but also, like, are you sure?
I fucking saw somebody say that liking 9 is a sign that you're a bad person in real life.
Yeah, that's the part of the internet I choose to just not be on.
Insane.
I just look at that
behavior.
and I avoid it.
That's a weird thing to say about any work of fiction. But Final Fantasy 9? What's objectionable in 9?
Somebody just really didn't like Amarant.
Anyways, we want to keep talking about Final Fantasy and the Dragon Quest Let's Play.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't really talk Dragon Quest in the Final Fantasy V, so it's not really a turnabout thing.
Well, we're kind of
Final
just...
Fantasy V LP, rather.
We're just kind of Squaresoft fans. More so than anything.
Yeah,
Enix
like...
has published games that I like, but fuck if I'm gonna remember which ones are remakes.
Yeah, if you want to point at, like, a weird experimental SNES RPG, it was probably made by Squaresoft at the time. Enix did do a few of them, but, like, a lot of that was Squaresoft.
Yeah. Alright, they published...
I really miss weird experimental RPGs.
They published the unofficial ActRaiser Illusion of Gaia Terranigma trilogy. That's good. They published Ogre Battle, but only the SNES version in North America. Everywhere else had a different publisher. That's right, they did Evo Search for Eden.
Okay, yeah.
They also
Yeah,
published
that's one of those
Mischief
where
Makers?
I'm like... Oh, really? I'd forgotten about that.
And they pub...
Well, no, the publishing is different from
Yeah,
developing,
Treasure
so-
Develop... Enix is
That's right, yeah, Treasure.
far more well known for their publishing. Like, Spike Chunsoft develops Dragon Quest. Or they did for a very long time. Also, before I forget, they also published RAD, Robot Alchemic Drive, so never mind, they were on top of the world.
Shit. Alright, yeah, that's them. You know
All
what?
right. Time to look back for my wiki dive. Oh, what the fuck are these guys? Dory from Mario
Dragons?
64
But
is pissed.
also has a somewhat human physique? Like, that just looks like a person torso.
Looks like a plesiosaur. Like an aquatic dinosaur. Like what Nessie's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, that angle is just making me think that's a regular torso with a really long neck and webbed feet and hands. You can see more length on it when it moves, but just the default idle's like, that's a man's body. Why do you have that?
While I have that, they also published Rakugaki Showtimes. They were just publishing Treasure's stuff on the Nintendo 64, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They also did the Portopia serial murder case, which is a game that I respect, and from what I've been told about it, I kind of like. Unfortunately, they decided to remake it in the worst way possible. Do you know about that?
I do not.
Okay, well, it was released... Let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, freeware video game remake. First time it was ever released in English. Officially titled Square Enix AI Tech Preview, the Portopia Serial Murder Case. Okay, before I go, these guys were obviously plesiosaurs.
Yes, that's definitely Dino Body.
These are what the other guys also were. They were just more muscular.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't generating anything with the AI. It was meant to take the place of the text parser. For the original Portopia serial murder case game, part of the drive behind it was to make a text parser that could handle almost anything. Because these were guys that played adventure games, and they had the you cannot get you flask situation all the time, and they were sick of it. So, like, a huge chunk of their dev time was just making sure that no matter what the player typed, something that made sense would happen afterwards.
Mm-hmm. That is quite the undertaking.
So, this is what the large language model was supposed to solve. We just have a program that already knows how people type. The issue is that it didn't fucking work.
Really? AI that doesn't work? Damn.
It's like, imagine if you were typing in Lifeline and that character still couldn't understand what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, generative AI sucks. It's using it for a video game could very easily just be a waste of resources. I don't know where the line between, like something like this that's just meant to interpret language and then spit out the correct pre-written response. I don't know how much energy that takes.
I don't think it's anywhere near as much. I think there's a lot of AI that kind of gets mixed in with the bad AI. Mm-hmm. Like, there's plenty of stuff that's fine because it just, like... I don't really know a lot of the language around it, so I guess just, like, iterates locally. It's not stealing data from all over the world and wasting tons of energy, it's just... We fed things into here and it kind of interprets things.
Yeah.
And, like, that's helpful.
I know... This is the weirdest fucking pull. I know the HD re-release of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties used AI upscaling. And because there's like a lot of dev interviews in the release of that, the dev that used the AI program talks about it and how he had to train the AI on the photos they had of the actor and actress. Because they had access to John and Jane's performers. So they just said, like, hey, can you just send me a bunch of photos of yourself that I can use to get this AI to understand what you look like?
Mm-hmm.
And then up-res it because of that. And, like, that seems neat, but I don't know how much energy that... Fuck! Oh, it's just a mimic. Thank fucking God.
Oh, that's actually kind of normal.
Alright, Tortico. Take him out. Anyways, we're in, like, a volcano now. This dungeon changes so rapidly. It's a bonus dungeon that has no, like, puzzle-solving gimmick. It's just weird backgrounds, interesting monsters you haven't seen anywhere else. And it's really long. That's why we're talking about everything except the game. Anyways, before I forget... Hi. Oh no, it's the newest Delta Rune being Togor. Oh wait, this is Togor.
Yeah, I don't think this guy has a license. He's just got a whip.
For all the shitting I was doing on Enix's PlayStation output, I do have to walk that back a bit. This was developed by Tri-Ace, but they did publish Valkyrie Profile.
Yeah, I guess it's just because they are more publisher than necessarily, like, dev like Square Enix, or like Squaresoft was. But, like, that's still a decent part of the process when you have somebody who actually organizes that sort of thing and doesn't suck. That's good. Ah, god damn it. There's too many of you.
Yeah, I guess from my relatively naive look at it, I guess if they were always the ones that were publishing and, you know, managing the business side of game dev, I guess it makes sense why they were the ones doing the acquiring.
Yep. Yeah, when you think about it like that, but... Yeah, no, that's fair.
Anyways, I use Kuklang. Kuklang makes us invincible to everything, but we also can't act. Perfect for waiting out the Pandora's box's uses of whack. It took me until I think this is the last Pandora box fight to realize I could do that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it is just, you know, looking back. Wild for Squaresoft to release Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, and Einhander, and everything else they were doing on the PlayStation, and all the shit they were doing at the end of the Super Nintendo era. And they're the ones that had to be bought out.
But yeah, like, Evo's not like my favorite game, but it is one of the ones that I do think of when I think of just weird SNES RPGs.
Yeah.
Like, it's very distinct. Nothing else is really like it.
You mentioned the SNES version. Before it was on the SNES, there was the PC-98 version that I think is better. It's more complex. The Super Nintendo version kind of dumbed a lot of stuff down, not just in the gameplay, but in the story. The gay pride peacocks are back.
Yeah, there's 3 of them now, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, I was double checking to see. Yeah, they didn't develop that either. Developed by a company called Almanac, which I don't think did much else. So, maybe that's the reason I like Squaresoft so much more. They were actually making the shit that they were known for.
Yeah, organization is important, but companies be companies, so... Yeah, I think actual dev is a bit more important in my mind.
And Squaresoft being in the position that it was in is just so funny to me. The development of Final Fantasy VII is so funny. Just to think of like how the major twist of that game did not exist until like 3 weeks before they were shipping. How the character involved in that twist had 2 lines in the original release of that game. The cutscenes that gave him a lot more lines were added for the international release. Or how, like, I think you couldn't fight Diamond Weapon in the original release.
Yes, Diamond is the one that is just cutscene, which is so weird. Because I think, like, the gimmick around it when it's on the field... Well, I guess I already mentioned that's on the field. If I remember correctly, I think you still just kind of watch it go, even when you don't fight it, which is so weird.
Yeah, you have to
I could be wrong about that part, but...
In the international version, you have to let it walk through the water and then get on land before you can disembark and fight it. In the original release, I guess that kind of would have made sense because you just keep bouncing off of it, you can't fight it, and then it does the thing it does in the cutscene.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a moment of like, oh no, that thing's doing a thing. It's a moment of despair.
It takes
Eek.
way too long, though. We're not doing a Let's Play Final Fantasy VII.
Not for a while.
I have to play Final Fantasy VI before you Let's Play it. I was gonna play Dragon Quest VIII, finally. I can't commit to playing the 3DS version or the PlayStation 2 version. The 3DS version adds a new character, but the models are different. Because it's on a handheld. And it has like worse versions of the music, I think.
That's too bad. Oh.
I mean, the
Hi?
Yeah. We've stumbled into somebody's Harvest Moon playthrough.
Or some kind of weird Dragon Ball joke? Healing up strategically before chickens happen.
Anyways, I made sure to bring the wagon. I don't think I had to play the bugle to bring the wagon.
I don't think so.
There's Sparky, still not using him. Making double sure that I'm ready. This is a really difficult boss fight.
Yeah, I kind of figured since there was so much setup, but like, I'm also just looking at what's going on back there and going, what the fuck?
Can you predict what the motivation is going to be for our 2 bosses up there?
Probably involves chickens.
Just chickens?
Perhaps eggs, but I don't know which one of those will come first.
You know it's serious because we're using our MP recovery items.
God, there are so few of those.
Oh god, mine is out.
Also, geez, yeah, seriously, that inn was so early on in this dungeon.
Yeah. Do I use the mod rod?
What if I can just sneak on
God damn
back? I've decided I don't want to do this.
I fucked up all editing. I was supposed to cut this out. I cut out part of it, but in a very awkward way. God fucking damn it. Anyways. Let's go deal with these 2.
So, what? Okay, so this is an argument then. Alright. You know, I think I was mostly just confused and I didn't parse that there was a battle line here.
Alright, Fafnir. Which do you choose, eggs or chickens?
Secret third option. Try to appeal to both sides and piss both of them off. Comedian, Jesus. Oh no, it's the joke music. We're dead.
Casino music specifically. This is Fuyong and Chow Mein. You'll see what they have to offer in the fight.
Okay. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're not fucking around. I'm gonna try.
Okay, so I don't like this secret third option. Let's do the secret fourth option, join Smash, actually.
Sophia just goes, "Hold on, guys, I know what to do," and then the fucking beam of light just snatches her.
Though I don't think Sophia's one of the heroes and you can play as in Smash.
No.
I think it's all male
He
characters.
plays the Remy. 'Cause they hate fun. Oh god, they know Kabuff too.
Yeah, we can get all the Koopalings in here.
Alright. Is everyone ready?
No. You know, I probably should be more terrified of the transforming frog demon, but you know, he's kind of a slow burn and these guys are very in your face, so... Right now, I fear these men more.
So, this is the first, like, choice we have. Chow Mein has insane attack stats. But Fuyong can buff the party. And do that. So there goes our Kabuff and our Accelerator and our Insulator.
Yeah, that sucks.
Get back here, Mina.
Kill the egg first.
Here's the thing, though. Anytime he does that, he's not attacking you.
Fair. But anytime he does that, Chicken Man can just fucking come in and fucking knock your entire block off.
Yes. So yeah, this is sort of the move if you're fighting at this level. You want to goad them into using their moves that will waste turns. Chow Mein has a move where he spreads feathers around. I forgot to check to see what it does. I should mention, when I fought Sorrow, I didn't have to cut out any attempts at Sorrow. This is like my 5th attempt to fight these guys.
Jesus.
And yeah, I am making sure to sap the hell out of Fuyong. And I'm using Kazap because it is doing a little damage to Chow Mein. But it's also just doing more damage than our sword
Yeah,
does.
Fuyong can buff, but I don't think I've seen him heal, right?
Neither of these guys can heal. At least I don't think they
Okay,
can.
good.
If they do, it's not enough of a problem. Alright, casting Oomph. Kind of a dangerous move here, because Fuyong can't just take that away. But
You can just say no.
Oomphed Ragnar is still insanely powerful. So I want to make sure that we have the option. Yeah, I don't know what that does.
Okay. That's bad.
Also, yeah. Hold breath. Do we have Insulated up? I thought we did. That's right, the feathers deflect physical attacks. God damn it.
I feel like everything's deflected magic attack so far, if anything. So, damn.
Alright. Let's go with Ice Magic and hope this all works out. You have Accelerated Love, so everybody should be moving first.
Please die. You're an Eggman. You should have cracked
Hey,
already.
did he attack or did he just muster his strength 2 times in a row?
He did muster his strength 2 times in a row. Does it stack?
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Well, I mean, if he gets 999 damage, we'll know.
This is another thing with Chow Mein. He just took on a counter stance. I don't think he counters spells, though. Here's the thing I don't know. I don't know if... Okay, so he just wasted his turns mustering his strength. Because it only affects him on the next turn. Okay. now we have a fight.
Alright, cool, yeah. He just does damage, but you can just boost your defense, so you're fine.
You do have to worry about relying too much on physical attacks, but it's fine. Damn it. I'm really counting on him not using that feather thing again.
Sorry, that's a computer kick?
It's a cockspur kick.
Okay.
The spur is the part of the back of the chicken foot that is sharp.
Yeah.
Did not say computer. Why would he know a move called computer kick?
That's why I was asking. I only briefly read that.
Alright, the Fungit is slowly winding down as we all just gather around and beat up this dude. Oh god.
You see what he did to Carol? Kill him. Kill him. Kill him dead.
He'll just try to pretend like he's fine. Because he knows Elena will not. Elena is not the nurturing type. Oh, thank God.
God, the fucking Mr. Beast getting punched, but it's Carol instead.
Alright.
The difference here is Carol has felt
Okay.
emotions in his life up to that point.
Kazapple. Kazapple takes, I think it's 10 MP from everybody in your party, and then does major damage to one enemy. This was very useful in the NES version when your party members could not be controlled at all or just doing whatever the hell they felt like. In this version, not only is the AI better, you can take manual control, so it's not that useful anyways.
Mm-hmm.
There's no picnic.
Well, I'm glad somebody enjoyed this.
Alright, so they do magic on the painting. And now there's a flower blooming on the tree.
Okay, cool. Yep, you just keep doing that. We'll leave.
Yep, we'll get out of here.
We don't need to do this again. Goodbye. You tell him, Mary Lou.
Alright, jump in the volcano, and here we go.
You get a game over.
That would be so fucking mean. We'll see where they landed next time.
Alright, today I learned I actually dress Maya with my eyes, apparently.